Good morning, everyone. Today is Sunday, February 9th, and today is the biggest day of the month. Today is prediction day for Group D, or guesstimate day, or rough estimate day. So Group D, as you know, holds Misty, and their declaration date, as you can see, is February 12th, if you look right at the top. Which followed by their ex-dividend date on the 13th and then payment date on the 14th. So what does declaration date mean? It just means that the morning of February 12th, YieldMax will announce how much they're going to pay, for their distribution on Friday. And then ex-dividend date on the 13th, you have to own it before that date. You have to own it the trading day and hold it until that date. So if you buy it on the 12th and hold it until the 13th, you will qualify for the distribution and get paid on the 14th, okay? By the way, I have to tell you guys, I hit snooze. I thought I hit snooze and I didn't, and I woke up super late. So this is a non-coffee video. Yeah. So, I hope for the best too. But again, I'd rather get the video out on time than, wait and have the coffee. But it is what it is. Anyway, so like I said, Group D, YieldMax will declare the distribution on the morning of the 12th. So you'll have that entire day to buy into these funds. This video is me just guessing, what that group is paying. And by the way, the weekly payers as well, because as you know, there are a bunch of weekly payers. And if you scroll down, this is on the distribution schedule page, by the way. It is separated. The weekly payers are separated. The weekly payers are YMAX, YMAG, LFGY, GPTY, and now SDTY. Like we can keep up with this. Remember when it was just a few funds, how easy it was? Now look at this chaos. This is like insanity. Anyway, let's get to it. All right. It's a yawn. That's trouble. All right, so let's go to Group D. All right, so Group D is led by APLY because they were the first one to launch in that group. Let's get everything we need on the page. Again, probably up to the IV. Yeah, that's pretty good, right? Let's just get... Okay, so APLY. Does anyone care about APLY? Does anyone own APLY? All right, so APLY, they paid 24 cents last time around, all right? This month, let's see how they did. They, again, from their last ex-dividend date, which was January 16th, up until last Friday, which is the last trading day, the close of last Friday, they went down 50 cents, all right? And I look, just so you guys know, the reason I pull this data and that this data would matter, obviously, if the ETF goes up or down, that could mean possible taxable income up or down. I don't know what some of these funds are trading in and out, but I have to use something. And that's why I use the ETF change in price from the last ex-dividend date to the current day. So if APLY went down 50 cents, if they didn't gain anything, then typically what I do is I don't use this. I just basically go to the IV, the IV being 23%. So I'm not going to give it more. I would never give it more typically. It depends though, more than the IV. So I'm looking at the last payment. I'm seeing 24 cents. I see the IV is 23%. Again, I plugged these numbers in yesterday. Guesstimate accuracy. I got to fix this. This has to pick up a T minus a S now. Yeah, AS. Okay, good. Copy that down here. All right, good. Anyway, so again, they paid 24 cents last time. So I gave them a 22-cent payment, which is a 17% yield. Again, I plugged these in yesterday, so I'm going to change a few probably. So looking at that, you know what? They could get it. They could get a little more. Maybe I'll give them. I'm going to give them what they got last time, which is around 25 cents, I think. That should be closer to their. Wow, that's still not even close to their IV. Wow. But 28 cents. 20. Yeah, that's closer. 28 cents would be a 22% yield. And again, the fund's at 16. No harm, no foul. All right, APLY, I gave you a little more, 28 cents. That's an increase from last month. Again, I'm changing things on the fly because I didn't get a chance to, re-examine this morning. Is this stupid alarm clock? All right, up next is AMZY. Before we even look at AMZY, right? Before we even look at AMZY, let's go to the file. As you know, I don't track AMZY's everyday trades. I just look at the holdings day in and day out. I did happen to catch their synthetic cash out the one day. They made 29.2 million cashing out the synthetic because they were way up. As it stands today, that has made them approximately $1.92 per share. So obviously I'm keeping that in mind when I make the guesstimate for AMZY. So looking at AMZY again, they got 40 cents last month. Okay, that's very low. And then they made 86 cents the month before, and they did go as high as $1.17. So that's good to know that they do go that high. Now, if I go down to the price changes, the price actually only went up 40 cents. So that's, again, they had a recent, they tanked recently. So since that, I believe they cashed out on their synthetic. So but still, I'm going to give them over $1. I for sure think they're going to get over $1. I just don't know. I don't know how much over $1. Their IV is 25%. Again, irrelevant at this point because they did that synthetic cash out. I'm going to give them $1.05, which is barely over $1, I know. But it's a 70% yield, and I just have a feeling they should. Well, I mean, I think they should. They made that money on the synthetic, and yeah, I think that they're more than able to do that. But we'll see. All right, so that's AMZY, $1.05, 70% yield. Disso, 27 cents last time around. For the month, they went up 29 cents. So, not bad. Implied volatility is 20%. I'm going to give them 28 cents again, which is pretty much what they paid last time. And that's a 22% yield. Squee! All right, squee. I'm not even awake enough to do the proper noise. You guys are probably happy about that. They paid 63 cents last month. Let's see how they did for the month. They went down. Yeah, I'll start clicking. I know you guys want me to click. They went down 24 cents, all right, in the price change. Their IV, 66%. So that's a pretty high IV. However, I'm looking at what they paid last month. And the month before, they paid 65. Then they paid 63. The trend is going down 2 cents. So I'm going to follow the trend. I'm going to give them 61 cents. That's only a 46% yield. This may be lowballing. It may just be, right? But they're going down. They went down in price. So if they're going down in price and the distributions have been going down, then I'm going to go down with it. And I'm going to lowball them with a 61%. A 61 cent distribution, which is a 46% yield. And I'm sticking to it. All right, AIYY. What did they pay last month? They paid 37 cents last month. Let's scroll to the right here. They made a whopping 18 cents this month. That puts them at $7.88. That's not really exciting there. Their IV is 85%, which is very high. But, this one's tough too. I feel like I'm lowballing both of these, and I don't know. This could screw me up. It's not. I usually stick it by the IV, but it's hard. I'm just gonna give them the same exact payment as last month, 37 cents, and that would produce a 61% yield. Again, look at the price. It's what, seven? What we say, 788? It's crazy. All right, up next is Misty. All right, so Misty, this one's what you've been waiting for, I know. But let me get to the file. All right, so Misty I track. I'm assuming most of you know that I track it on a daily basis. All right. So first, let's just go to is there any debit credit carry forward? So ignoring row 5, right? Row 5 has this cycle. Like these are all the prior months. So we had a credit and then we had 2 debits. So no, there is no overall credit carry forward. So this is a standalone look at this cycle, see what they made. Now, they made a lot. Look how much income they made. Just look in the green, 244 million. That's 311 per share. That's a lot, all right? Now, here's the problem though. Here is the big problem. This synthetic expires on 2/21 and they are 16% away, from becoming even, right? And then this synthetic, they're barely above. It's 4% above, so we don't know what's going to happen. So if we go to the holdings, we could see, okay, see that one synthetic? It's going to cost us $192 million to close that, right? If you net the entire synthetic together, it's 142 million negative, which would essentially take away $1.82 from the payment that we made. So if they closed it out, I would be subtracting $1.82 from this. So I am keeping that in the back of my head when I'm doing this guesstimate. So I want you guys to just be aware that, that is possible. If that synthetic was completely like showing that we're going to make good money, obviously I could either just discount it or I can actually include a little credit. Like I could think, oh, maybe they're going to give us, that over $3 payment because they're going to make even more money for the next cycle. But I can't do that. So that being said, let's go back to the file. And all right, so Misty, again, last 2 times they paid what, 227 right here. That was last cycle. And then they paid 308 prior to that. And then prior to that, they paid $4, right? The trend has been going down, which is unfortunate, but Bitcoin hasn't moved much either. So, but Misty is still doing rather well considering. And believe it or not, when you look at the gains per share, that's negative. It did go down overall, negative 165, but that's because of, the position of the synthetic too. All right, so that being said, their IV is 78%. Knowing that they made, 311, I think we said, I'm not going to give them $3. All right, so sorry to disappoint you there. I am going to give them a little above what they paid last time. So I'm going to give them $2.34. Again, they paid $2.27 last time. So this is a slight bump from last time. $2.34. It's still over 100% yield. It's a 113% yield. So that is high. I know, again, people may have expected more. They could pay $1 something. We have to always keep that in mind too. But I think $2.34 is a reasonable payment considering, look where the price is at, $26.73. You always have to consider that because how much is it going to drop on ex-dividend date, right? So, again, Misty's, it's always a tough one, but I'll give it $2.34. All right? Let me know what you guys think on that. All right, up next is SMCY. Man, they had a nice payment. They had 220, 235, and then last cycle, 172. I'm like, ew, right? Ew. But let's take a look how they did for the month. Gains per share, $1.69. Now that's good. So they're up to $25.68. Their IV is 143%, right? So again, I don't know. That kind of like shocked me, right? Look at Misty's IV, 78%. I know they just had earnings, so it has gone down since. But SMCY's, man, I don't know if they have earnings coming up or what's going on, but, and I sorry for the yawning. I didn't have my coffee, but 143% IV. You have to, that's a tough one. See, now I'm already going to change my mind here. So I have them at 201. I wanted to put them over $2. That's a 101% yield. But you know what? Let's give them a little more. We got to give them a little more. The question is, do we give them more than Misty? It's going to be Misty versus SMCY. Who is going to win the battle? All right, what about 221? 221 is a 101% yield. I mean, that's pretty damn good still. And SMCY is scary, and I know they know that. So I'm going to stick with 221. That looks like a good number. I think so. But yeah, let me know what you guys think on that. All right, last but not least, on Group D, we have the inverse that no one gives a crap about, or at least I don't. I'm sure some of you do. But that's YQQQ. Let's see how they did for the month. They went up 8 cents. The IV of their underlying is only 18%. But again, they pay kind of more. They paid 27 cents and then 38 cents. And prior to that, 32. So they're kind of all over the place. I don't know how they paid the 38 cents last month. In fact, I'm looking at my number now, and I'm probably giving it way too high. I'm gonna lower it. I'm gonna lower this to 33 cents. And that would lower the yield to 25%. Okay, I feel better about that. All right, so YQQQ, 33 cents with a 25% yield. Okay, now, moving on to YMAX, YMAG, LFGY, GPTY, SDTY, QDTY, RDTY. Just kidding. QDTY and RDTY did not launch. And SDTY, it just came out, I think, on Wednesday. So it should not have. Actually, I don't know if it's going to have a payment, to be honest. And if it compares with, who is it? Let's see, the IV's 13%. It's probably going to yield around, what do we think? What does XDTE yield? Around like 20%, right? So if we get a 20% yield, you know what? Let's play. Let's play. I know I'm going backwards here. But let's just say they do declare. What's a 20% yield? Hypothetical, 20% yield. We take that. We take 20% times. Does it even have the price? No, that's the price. Oh, it does have the price. It does. Oh my God, it loaded. Current price, which is $49.91, and then you divide that by 52, and then you'd get 19 cents. So if they pay, maybe we'll get 19 cents. I do not know. But yeah. Anyway, let's go back up to the top. What about YMAX? So YMAX is going to pay pretty much approximately what we got paid last week. So what do? I take Group C's numbers, right? Here we go. 17 cents and 5 cents. And then I take a percentage. I multiply it by a percentage because this is always higher than expected. So I multiply these numbers by 95%. So I'll show you down here. We'll go back down. So if you look here, I have that times 95%, and then that times 95%. And YMAX rounds to be 16 cents. The last payment was 19 cents. So this is a decrease from the last payment. So 16 cents would produce a guesstimate yield of 49%, which is still pretty damn good. Now, this sucks, but we know about this cycle. This is not even a surprise, so I'm not going to harp on this. It's 5 cents. We know it's 5 cents. We may be lucky if we get 6 cents, but it's 5 cents. So unfortunately, this week, YMAG will yield you on an annualized basis 14.96%. But, oh well, MSFO, they're on their own. What do you want from them, right? I feel like I'm kind of waking up now. All right, LFGY, L to the F to the G to the Y. Simply put, I have 79 cents. But I do have a tab for you guys, and it looks like it was giving me errors before. So what I do for LFGY is I take all of the holdings, which if you're curious, these are the holdings. Applied Digital, BitDeer, Canon, Cypher, again, I don't know what this index crap is. Cypher mining, I have to look into it. It's CleanSpark, Coinbase, Core Scientific, Hive, Robinhood, Hut, iBit, Mara, another index, Melly, MSTR, New Holdings, NVIDIA, Opera, Riot, and Block. All of these have an average IV of 84%, which is high, which is really good. So if I take that, if I multiply that average IV times the price of that ETF, and then I divide that by 52, I get 79 cents. So that's how I got my number. So if I go back here, that's how you get these 79 cents. 79 cents is a guesstimate yield of 84%. So LFG, I'm showing that they could pay you an 84% yield. I know last week, actually, what was last week? Last week was 62 cents. So this is showing an increase from last week, actually. So again, is that too high? Maybe. Maybe I am too high. Yeah, man. 60 cents. 62 and then 62 times in a row. So I may have to use that multiplier. Maybe have to use, I'll at least use the 95%. Where the hell's the percentage? Yeah, that would bring it down. Not much. I'm going to use 90%. You guys are going to hate me doing all this work during the video. But sometimes I have to. All right. There you go. 71 cents. Is that still good? 71 cents, which is a 75% yield. I think that's still pretty good because that's still an increase from the last time around. So again, if I notice that it's much higher, then hopefully I'll just adjust accordingly. Last time GPTY, they paid 33 cents. Yeah, I'm gonna have to use the multiplier on this. But first, let me go show you how I calculated them, which is exactly the same way. Here's their holdings. Again, if you're curious, I'll go through them real quick. GPTY holds Apple C3, AMD, Amazon, Arista Networks, Broadcom, Salesforce, Alphabet, IBM, Intel, Meta, Marvel, Microsoft, ServiceNow, NVIDIA, Oracle, Palantir, Qualcomm, QQQ, Snowflake, Tesla, Taiwan Semiconductor. All right. These are a little less volatile, and they come to an average of a 47.11% IV. So I take that, I multiply it by the ETF price, and I divide it by 52. I get 44 cents. Then I go back here, and I do notice, okay, the last one, they paid 33. So again, I'm going to use that same multiplier, 90%. And let's see what that comes up to. So we do 90%. And that would lower it down to 39 cents, which still seems pretty high. So again, I'm not going to worry about this anymore for this video. But GPTY, let's just say 39 cents. We'll go with a 42% yield, hopefully. But if it's back to 33, then we know to use, again, a different multiplier if needed. So, all right. So those are the guesstimates. We talked about SDTY. That's 19 cents if they're going to pay. They may not pay, though. They're probably not going to pay. But I'm throwing it up there for fun anyway. QDTY and RDTY, looks like they filed for them. However, we don't know when they're going to come out. So anyway, that's Group D. That's the Group D guesstimates. Now, let's talk about house money. Did they recover what the last payment was? So we all know Group D, they had a payment last time. This is what it was, column AR. Like, for example, APLY paid 24 cents, right? They went down 50 cents. So obviously, they did not recover anything in price. Because the reason we want to know this is just to get an idea, like based on their latest payment, did they actually recover that in full? Like, because why do we care? Well, because they drop by that amount on ex-dividend date. So if APLY dropped 24 cents on ex-dividend date, right? Did it go up at least 24 cents since then? And the answer is no. It went down 50 cents. So that's unfortunate. Their recovery rate is negative 201%. AMZY is a different story. AMZY, they paid 40 cents last time around. They went up 40 cents. So guess what? This shows, well, round up, it's 100% basically. But yeah, basically they recovered exactly what they paid. So AMZY is a fund that just works. It just works. It always has worked. There is no complaints. No one can complain about AMZY. AMZY is the perfect fund. This is like, this is picture perfect. They paid 40 cents. They recovered the 40 cents. What more do you freaking want? It's an absolutely amazing fund. And then you're going to have a declaration like this. You're going to get paid over $1, I think, at least. Like, that's awesome stuff. DSO, they paid 27 cents. So if we go over here, how much did they recover? They recovered 29 cents. So that's a 104% recovery rate. Next, unfortunately, squeeze in the negative. So that's the negative recovery rate. AIYY only recovered 47%. Misty, yeah, man, they're in the negative as well, unfortunately, negative 72%. They're having a rough go at it. SMCY with almost a 100% recovery rate. Say recovery rate. Say that a million times. So their last payment, $1.72. You see that right there? How much did it go up? If you look here, $1.69. So yes, that is a 98% recovery rate. Again, pretty awesome. However, I'm sure everyone is still hurting from the launch price, $50. If people bought it then, they're still averaging down. They're still probably pissed off. It's going to take them a while to recover. But hopefully SMCY can, plateau and then, have a good time. With that IV, man, I really, I don't know. I always say I need to be a part of it, but I think I do. I don't know. Maybe at least do options on it. But anyway, YQQQ, they had a 20% recovery rate. Whoopie-doo. I'm not doing recovery rates on the weeklies. It just does not make sense. But I will do more recovery rates from the other groups. So I'll go right up to Group A. Again, they paid, this is based on their last payment from, where is it? The weekly's 5, right? They have a weekly's 5. B has a weekly 5. C has a weekly's 5. And Group D does not. And then obviously once Group D pays, then we move on to the next column. But I'm sure you guys don't care about that. That's some spreadsheet jargon. But recovery rate-wise, we'll make this quick. Tesla, they're in the negative 188%. OWARC, they recovered 66% so far. GUI, Zomo, YBIT, all red, all negative, so not good. SMCY, they recovered 112% of their prior distribution, so that's pretty damn good. TSMY, negative 178%, not good. Crash, well, at least it's working. Positive 255% recovery rate. FEET and 5E not doing too well, negative 15% and negative 30%. All right, let's go to Group B. Group B, which is led by NVIDIA, they have recovered 149% of their distribution. So, again, they're doing it right. Phoebe recovered 56%, JPMO 25%, Murney negative 296%. I mean, you really just can't make up Murney. Like, this thing is going to reverse split any day. $3.54. Oh, my God. Like, that's a damn shame. I'm sorry, but that fund is just... You're just throwing away your money, it seems. GDXY, 37%. Babo! Hey, Babo. How you doing, Babo? Yeah, Babo is back. 166%. Platey. Oh, damn. Man, this fund... Platey. Gotta love Platey, man. Look at that. Oh, my God. They're up $19.48 per share. This thing is... Their next distribution, man, that's going to be a video. That is going to be a video. So stay tuned for that. 653%. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? That's the recovery rate. Marrow continues to struggle, negative 134%. Dips, yeah, what do you expect? Negative 153%. All right, up next is Group C. Nefli, they're not doing as good as last time, but at 19% recovery rate. Coney, negative 23%. MSFO, negative 55%. AMDY, negative 60%. PP, negative 48%. But ABNY to the rescue. positive 136% recovery rate. Carvana, yeah, they haven't paid Carvana. I'm like, why are they not filled in? All right, yeah, Carvana has not paid, or Cavney, we should say. Fiat negative 5% and Ulti negative 9%. So, yeah, I mean, what can you say? There's good and then there's bad. What else? What else would you guys care about? I know you guys love house money, so let's go to the house money columns and let's see who's doing well. I'm just going to talk about who's in green, all right? Who's in green is above 50%. Tesla, they're up to 77% house money. So what does that mean? Simply put, their launch price, again, their launch price shows post-reverse split number. So their launch price shows 40.12. They have paid back how much? Well, if you add up the total distributions, they have paid back $30.70. All right. So they have paid you back 77% of your original investment if, you bought it from day one. Again, these are post-reverse split numbers. So you would have gotten back 77% of your original investment. Again, it's a little harder for them to recover because they did take a beating in the beginning. All right. So that's kind of what the house money is. OARC, 59%. So they're getting there. NVIDIA, we know they're kicking ass, but that's because their underlying was kicking ass. 131% on. I mean, at the same time, though, Tesla kicking ass too. It's just they're, I don't know. It's just the way it went up, and it's just tough. But anyway, NVIDIA, 131%. Phoebe, 65% recovery rate. MSTY, 51% recovery rate. Neptly, 65%. Coney, 133% recovery rate. So, yes, you would have gotten your money back and more. AMZY, 67% recovery rate. PP, 54% recovery rate. Ulti, 54% recovery rate. AMZY even up there, 57% recovery rate. SMCY, 72% recovery rate. And then Misty with a 146% recovery rate. Okay, so that's the recovery rates. And then I'm going to do one more thing, and I'm going to show you, again, people always ask, is it a good time to buy Misty? Is it a good time to buy this? Is it a good time to buy that? Number one, I have no freaking idea. Again, I don't track, when it's a good time to buy. Typically, again, my focus is options. My focus is IV. Of course, I try to look at the charts to get an idea of, how things are doing and if they're at the low or the high, but I don't look at the ETF for that. I look at the underlying, right? So if you look, for example, at Tesla, you may say, okay, Tesla's at $12. That is so cheap. Oh my God, what a deal. But when you look at Tesla's at 361. That is, they're 63% away from their low. So they're more close to the 52-week high than the low. So those two things are a little conflicting, right? So you don't know if it's a good time to buy Tesla, right? It's cheap, but at the same time, Tesla's near a high. I know Tesla is a bad example because Tesla doesn't give a crap near the high or low because they could jump right above. Wow, they hit 488. That's insane. But yeah, is it a good time? Again, I'm just showing you this, that it's closer to the 52-week high than the low, all right? And that's all I want to show you right now. OARC, closer to the high. Very close to the high. In fact, 8% away from the high. GUI's closer to the high. Zomo is closer to the low. They are 32% away from their 52-week low. So if you looked at Zomo, you'd say, yeah, they're $14 ETF, and the underlying is 32% away. But again, it's Zomo, right? It's Exxon, right? I don't know, man. You want to mess with that industry? Maybe under this administration, it should do well. We'll see. I don't know. But again, I don't try to predict, what's going to happen here. YBIT, SNOY, TSMY, they're all near the high. So again, I don't see any discounts there. Going to Group B, NVIDIA, Phoebe, JPML, their underlyings are all near their high as well. So again, I'm not seeing anything jumping out at me. MSTY, again, it's just an embarrassment of a fund. Moderna, they're 0.48% away from the 52-week low. they are always creating a new 52-week low. Again, it goes without saying. Hail no to Murney. All right. Anyway, GDXY, Babo, Platy, they're all near the high. Of course, Platy's near the high because Palantir just went to the freaking moon. But we got Mara over here, right? Mara, which underlying Mara's 17% away from the 52-week low. And I know this kind of moves with Bitcoin, and you never know with Bitcoin, but still something maybe to look at right there. Dips, again, I'm not talking about inverse funds. Nefli and Coney, their underlyings are near a high, but if right after that, Microsoft is actually 29% away from their 52-week low, that's interesting. That is. This is a safe fund. Let's see the price, $17.05. Again, they launched at $20, so they're hanging tough. How much have they paid since? $8.55. Okay, so if they dropped $3, they paid $8.55. That's pretty good. So again, that's for MSFO. AMD, I mean, I can't believe this. AMD is 0.88% away from the 52-week low. And I know I keep saying that, but I feel like that's a good deal, but then they keep dropping. So again, I'm done sticking up for you, AMDY. Until they get some good news. I guess maybe the competition is it's too much. In fact, look at their price. AMDY is at $8.50. That's horrible. Man, that's rough. PP, I mean, you never know with PayPal, man, but they're near the 52-week high anyway. ABNY, Airbnb is 41% away from their 52-week low. Again, Airbnbs, how is that going to do? I don't trust it. If I'm going to do an individual covered call ETF, a covered call ETF on an individual underlying, it is not going to be Airbnb. That is for damn sure. And it's for damn sure it's not going to be Carvana. But anyway, they're near their 52-week high. That says, get the hell away from me. All right, so let's move on. Group D, oh my God, everything's near the high. APLY near the high, AMZY near the high, Disso near the high, SMCY near the high, AIYY near the high, Misty near the high. But then we get to SMCY. Of course, SMCY is near the low because they never really fully recovered. They recovered a little bit because you could see they went down to 17.25 and now they're at 36.28. So, yeah, I mean, the ETF is at 25? Again, they launched at 50 not that long ago. But how much did they pay out? Let's see. $11. Decent, but still, SMCY, SMCI, big question mark, big high risk, high reward. You want high risk, high reward, this is your ticket, right? This is it. So, one day they could pull a Platy or Palantir, right? Because they have taken such a beating. So, if I was to pick, because I would rather invest in something that has a chance of flying high versus something that may not be or something that already did. So if I was to pick SMCY or Platy, believe it or not, at this very moment, I would pick SMCY. I just see, more upside. Not knowing anything about the underlyings, which is a bad way to invest, I know. I'm not saying I'm going to buy either one of these, but I'm just thinking of the reward, right? Of the reward and the possible upside. But who the hell knows? SMCI could go under. And you get screwed anyway. But it is what it is. So that's near the low. And then that's pretty much it. Again, they got all these other funds that hopefully they launch pretty soon. I'm not sure. They got Roku, Robinhood, Roblox. Hopefully they come out soon. I definitely want a Roku one, a Robinhood one. Let's check out their IVs. Yeah. Robinhood is 99%. No, I'm sorry. 75% IV. Pretty damn sweet. What else they got? Again, nothing really worth mentioning. I know we all want the Berkshire one, and it seems like it may happen. So every time anyone interviews Jay, make sure people bring it up. And they did mention a double leverage Berkshire fund, and hopefully they could trade on that instead, but we'll see. Nike, I could give two craps about. Target, it's just getting more disgusting as the day goes on. Target, it used to be such a nice, clean store. Now it's turning into the Walmart. In fact, Walmart seems to be a better option. Walmart's always been cheaper, but I don't know. I'm just not impressed with Target anymore. I'm giving you more information than what you want usually. But anyway, that's I think that's enough for today. I don't even know how long I've went, but let's just go to the recap and explain what the estimates are, and then we'll call it a day. So let me zoom in, get as much as you can. All right, here we go. Here are the guesstimates. Are you ready? There you go. APLY, 28 cents, 22% yield. AMZY, $1.05, 70% yield. DISO, 28 cents, 22% yield. SQY, 61 cents, 46% yield. AIYY, 37 cents, 61% yield. Misty, 234, 113% yield. SMCY, 221, 111% yield. YQQQ, Y, exactly. Y by YQQQ. 33 cents, 25% yield. Moving down to the weeklies, if you care. YMAX, 16 cents, 49% yield. YMAG, 5 cents, 14% yield. 14.96% yield, actually. LFGY, 71 cents, but again, could be high. 75% yield. GPTY, 39 cents, which is a 42% yield, and SDTY, which probably will not play, but I'm putting this here for fun, 19 cents, 20% yield. All right. So those are my guesstimates. Again, right or wrong, who the hell knows, right? We're just having fun. Have fun with it. Let's not take it too seriously, but it is what it is. Yeah, let me know what you guys think. Am I too high? Am I too low? Am I whatever? Let me know your thoughts, all right? Does that sound good? All right, guys. As always, this is not financial advice. I am not a financial advisor. This video is for fun and entertainment. So hopefully you had fun. Hopefully you're entertained. If not, please come again next week. And then we will definitely have our coffee for next week's video. Unfortunately, it had to happen on the most important video of the month, right? Hopefully I did well, though. Again, this, I have a process. I get up at 4 a.m. I have my coffee, do some things, and then I begin the video at 5 a.m. And then I'm fully awake. Today, alarm went off at 4. I thought I hit snooze, and then guess what? I look up, it's 4:45. I'm like, oh my God. So that being said, basically, I washed my face and I tried to wake up, and here we are. So hopefully the video came out right. If not, we know who to blame. The phone. The phone alarm did not come through, because I swear I hit snooze. I did not hit stop or whatever the other option is. But it's like, or either that or they put it on the wrong side. I don't know, but the phone is to blame. But anyway, guys, if you enjoy this content, please hit the like button. If you have any questions or concerns, leave them in the comments below. Let me know how this video went. I know I've rambled a little. Do you like the random rambling? Because that's kind of what this video is. It's a bunch of guesstimates, and then it's just me going through the spreadsheet, giving my opinion on different things. If you give a crap or not, I have no idea. But yeah, let me know how, again, the format, what you want me to cover. Was this good? If it's good, great. If not, let me know how I can change it. Outside of that, I got nothing else except the keyword. So if you're new to the channel, we always have a keyword at the end of the video, and you have to type it in the comments to prove that you made it to the end of the video, or else you didn't make it. We don't believe you. All right, that being said, if you made it this far in the video, and hold on. All right, now I'm awake, and you want to prove it. I should have done that in the beginning. You got to say the keyword. Okay, keyword. I want to have fun with today's keyword. It's going to be Misty versus SMCY. Who is going to pay more? Who is going to win? It's the battle of the billionaires. Who is going to pay a higher distribution? Is it going to be Misty, or is it going to be SMCY? Keep in mind, look at this. Look at the IVs. Misty's IV is 78%. SMCY's underlying 143%. Oh, wow. Let's look at the current price. Close. Misty's at 26. SMCY at 25. So if you consider the IV in the price, you would say SMCY. However, I have Misty a little higher. But again, of course, I have a little more information on Misty which tells me that they should pay that much. I don't know. Again, maybe I'm lowballing SMCY, but I want your opinion. Who's going to pay more, Misty or SMCY? If you don't want to do that, then you got to type in, okay? Those are the two options. It's Misty versus SMCY, or you know what. Anyway, I think that's enough. I'm going to go get my coffee now. Hopefully this will load in time. And then we'll go from there. I just wanted to say, guys, thank you for watching as always. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Hopefully the Eagles lose. I'm a Giants fan, so feel sorry for me. I don't care, really. I haven't been watching football at all, honestly. But I still hate the Eagles. So Eagles, as long as the Eagles lose, it's a win for me. And no, I'm not even going to stay up for it because it's past my bedtime. These games, they start so late. And I'm on the East Coast. So, yeah, I'd rather get some sleep than watch that stupid-ass game. But I know people are going to hate me. I know people look forward to this game. People watch for the stupid commercials and the halftime. I don't care. I don't know. I just care less and less every year. Like, if I don't see even a minute of it, I really don't care. But I used to be obsessed with watching football. But anyway, times change, things change, priorities change, and that's just how it is. But anyway, guys, that's all I got for today. Again, thank you for watching, and have a great day. Later.